All right, I'm going to send you 2 links.
Okay. All right, we're live. How's it going, everybody?
Hey.
Hopefully you're doing good.
I know that I am doing well.
Well, that's good. That's great.
Yeah.
And Discord keeps being weird. Okay.
Come on, Discord.
Okay. Well, I can't see the chat. If I go to the YouTube channel, then it shuts down my video for some reason. So, anyway,
I'll
if
open
you
the
want to
chat.
jump up in the
I
chat,
can
then that's
monitor
fine.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we released Big Top Tactics yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Actually, it was pretty cool. I've been watching the stats come through, the analytics for it, because there's kind of pages on itch where you can look at that kind of stuff. And the game is done pretty good so far. So, out of all my games that I've ever released on itch, this one by far has the most views. It's got 55 today, 48 yesterday, so over 104 total views. And downloads, it's got 4, but most people are playing it on browser, so it's got 50 browser plays. So,
that's cool.
pretty cool. Yeah, and there's been a couple of videos made about the game already. So, our good friend Matt, he jumped on and made a video about it shortly after it got released. Gave us some good feedback too. And then also Queen Faith on itch commented and made a video on YouTube about it as well. So there's a couple of videos now out about Big Top Tactics. If you haven't played it yet, go give it a shot. It's free. It's on itch. It's on our itch page. And yeah, let's watch the trailer real quick. You guys can see it. I put this trailer together in like an hour, so don't expect too much.
Well, we only put the game together in 5 weeks, so also don't expect too much.
Top Chef.
Top Chef.
I love the phrases. The phrases are the best part of that game.
Pack your bag.
Pack your bag. Pack your bag. Anyway, that's Big Top Tactics. Hopefully you've been having fun playing it. We had a ton of fun making it. And yeah, so what we're going to do on this Devcast is we're going to talk a little bit about what went well on Big Top Tactics and some things we learned that we want to maybe do for next time. And also, we're going to show kind of, we're going to get into this a little bit. We're going to kind of talk about where we're going in the next year or so with our projects. And then we're going to do another spin and decide on another game. So I'll start off on what I think went good about Big Top Tactics and what I think maybe I could have done a little better. So one thing that I think went really good with Big Top Tactics was I really liked how well we worked together. So I think the tools we used, I really like how Construct can turn things around so quickly. It was nice to be able to like put in a piece of art on the server and then all of a sudden you'd have it put into the game in like 5-10 minutes. So I think that workflow with Construct works really, really well. It seems like it's really quick to turn around things and changes and stuff like that. I mean, I was expecting, maybe a little longer on some things that we would talk about that needed to be updated, but it took you hardly any time really to go into the engine and just make a change and turn things around fast. So I don't know if that's just the way Construct is, but Unity is a little bit more heavy, so it takes a little bit longer to get things imported and changed and updated. And so, I don't know. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and I think it might be dependent on how whoever is building it builds it. But Construct, you create a number of layouts. Each layout is essentially a different screen that the user will see.
Yeah.
And then you have event sheets, and you can have as many event sheets as you want and tie them to as many layouts as you want. And so I would just break up all the different categories of functionality and everything into different event sheets.
Yeah.
And I just try to keep it organized nice and easy so that I knew where to go to tweak things. But yeah, super easy to turn around and import sprites or music or make changes and retest and debug with Construct. I really like using Construct.
Yeah.
Um, but also to speak to you, like I wasn't expecting you to have such quick turnaround too with your image work, with the art and stuff like that. Because pretty much every morning I'd wake up to a number of different texts, be like, "This is done, this is done, this is done, ready for this." Be like,
I
"Oh,
had a lot of
okay." And
fun,
so,
man. It was fun to work on a circus game, and like I put kind of this like 1900s turn of the century old timey style to it, and it was just I don't know. I had a lot of fun working on it, and when it's fun, I want to do it, you know. But
yeah, so I think for our first project together, it was absolutely successful in terms of us because what we wanted to do it with, or what we wanted to do this for, was largely to see how we would work together,
yeah,
and then also get used to that, but also exercise in scope management. And so I
yeah,
think on those two fronts, this was absolutely successful for our first project.
yeah, for sure. We had talked a lot about what we wanted to include at the game at the first, and we had like 6 or 7 or 8 performer ideas, and then we had to really kind of scale it back and say no, we need to just keep it manageable. So yeah, on scope it was a good exercise in that on scope management. But
Absolutely.
one thing I thought I'd like to try this next time is I felt like we had 3 different phases of the game. Like there's the exploration overworld phase, and there's the battle phase, then there's the mini game phase. Maybe on this next project, I'd like to scale it down to where we just focus on maybe one type of mechanic, but are able to throw in different ways to change that mechanic, right? So it's kind of more of a rather than having 3 phases of gameplay, have just one solid gameplay loop that just kind of is simple, but we can throw a lot onto it. So we don't spend so much time polishing 3 different aspects of a game. We just spend it on one and build that up to something. So I just thought, but make that a little
Yeah.
like take one mechanic and kind of go deep with it, a little deeper, right? But,
Yeah, I agree. It's we. I think some of it kind of comes into play with what we were tasked with doing.
yeah,
Um, and we went through a number of different ideas and everything, but this is kind of what we landed on. But um, it was a little bit chaotic and disorganized in some ways, but it came together okay.
I think it's pretty
I'm
coherent.
pleased,
But
yeah, I'm
yeah,
pleased with the result, and the gameplay loop is there.
yeah,
Um,
and like,
one thing,
sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna
No,
say,
you keep going.
it's always hard to do that, right? To take something and make it coherent and readable and understandable, and player education is there and all that, and it's a very smooth experience. That's really hard to do in 5 weeks with anything. Like if you have any kind of game that's kind of it's just that's just a really hard thing to do to execute well in that short amount of time. And it takes polish, it takes testing, it takes all the, and we just didn't have time to do all that with what we were trying to accomplish. So
I agree. And then, kind of the two big things that I want to focus on in our next project, and big things that I learned with this one is, oh, hi, Cat. First and foremost, um, understanding how the user is going to see the game from the start, and just really focus on a good tutorial. Excuse me there. Focus on a good tutorial and making sure that the gameplay is clear on what you need to do, and that the user doesn't really have to question things or go searching for that stuff as much. Some of this was a little intentional with this game, I think, especially with the mini games, because we wanted it to feel kind of like WarioWare with the micro mini games, where it's just quick chaos if you got to figure it out. You got to fail, and then the next time, you might get it easier.
yeah,
But as far as like the overworld and how all that works, I think we could have been more clear.
yeah,
And I think this could have done well too with like a quick story intro or something like that, just kind of introduce what's going on and why you're in the circus and stuff.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but But yeah, I think overall it was good. I think we can improve each time we do this
Yeah,
with those kind of lessons.
for sure. So anyway, I think overall the game was fun. It's a success. People seem to be liking it. We've got a lot of plays. We've got a lot of visits. Like I said, it's the number one game on itch for right now for Studio Primitive. It beats Attack of the Karens, so it's really a success. I think, and it was a lot of fun to make. But
Oh, and really quick, and I didn't really discuss this with you, so I guess this is an open discussion.
okay,
We what I wanted to go back and sorry, I got my kid on my lap.
you okay?
Um, I wanted to go back in time, not in time, but through time. I wanted to go back and
Time travel.
make some tweaks to this for. I think it might do well to be able to integrate like touch controls and stuff in place of like the mouse
Oh
and
yeah,
keyboard action,
yeah,
so that people we could even port it to like Android or something like that.
yeah.
So
That'd be
people
cool.
could play it that way.
Yeah, I think it would
We're
probably
also
work well as a mobile game.
yeah, and we did actually plan to do controller support for it. We even made like sprite work and everything for that stuff, but just didn't get around to it with the scope.
Yeah,
But in the future, we are planning to bring all these games that we're going to be working on together in a Steam release.
yeah.
So it's sort of like an arcade collection, and it will be free. And we'll just continually build on that and support that as we develop more and more of these short projects for people to enjoy on Steam that way. So controller support, I'd like to add in time for that release.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, that is something we need to announce. So, I mean, yeah, all these games that we're making, these mini games, as part of these wheel spins, are all going to be released for free on Steam in a collection at some point in the future. I don't know when we're going to do that. We got to build a UI and we got to build kind of a player and everything to where you can load up the different games. But the plan is to have an app that you can download and then you can load these different games into it and play them in kind of like a game collection, I guess, on Steam is what we'd like to do. And it's going to be totally free. There's not going to be a charge for it. It's just a way for us to connect with people, to share our work with people, and also it's kind of serves us a little bit because it's kind of going to be a way for us to get people to look at Steam, and we're also going to be advertising our more premium games, our bigger projects that are paid projects within that app. So that'll be coming. I don't know when it's going to come. It's going to come in the future once we've kind of figured these mini games out and we have a few to put in there. But we'll be working on it in the background while we deal with some other things at the same time. So we don't have a date yet, but it will be coming. So, okay. Well, should we talk about the roadmap? Can't hear you. Your mic's off.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, here is our Studio Primitive project roadmap. So, this is me and Grant here in this little car over there. And we're going down the road.
Is that hair or is that a hat?
It's a hat.
Okay.
Because you usually have a hat on. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say if that's hair, that's misleading.
So yeah, we're driving down this road. It's our game dev journey, and so right now we just finished Big Top Tactics. You can see the strong man right there waving us goodbye as we leave that project, and we're moving down to the next mini game, which is going to be released on December 15th. We're going to roll for that today and find out what our genre and themes are going to be. Then we're going to do one more of those projects releasing on February 2nd. Again, the purpose of these projects is for us to learn how to work together, get used to our tools, get a work stream down so that when we get to our major project beginning in Q1 2024, we can really hit the ground running and start on something that's going to be real fun that we can sell on Steam. That's going to be a really high quality, polished major project that we're going to sink a lot of time into, a lot of effort. Not that these other games are not a lot of effort. They are, but the scopes are smaller. That Q1 project beginning next year, that's going to be a lot bigger scope, something that's going to be a premium game on the scale of Attack of the Karens. So,
yeah, we already know what it's going to be too, so we're excited to share that when we
yes, we do.
ready to unveil that.
Yep, that'll be fun. So, yeah. Anything you want to say about the roadmap, Grant?
I think the image that you came up with is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be. I'm probably going to redo the website now that we've got a little bit of money coming in from Attack of the Karens. I want to fund like a real website, not just a splash page. And I kind of want this to be a big section of the website so people can go here and find out what we're working on, what our schedule's like. And this image will constantly be updated as we finish projects. We'll drop in the name here and kind of as we announce things, put the names in so we can send this out kind of as a visual for where we're at. And then we can reuse this as we pass our next major project. We can draw more of the street and find out more of our journey and where we're going after that. So good times.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And if you didn't notice, I threw in the manager X15 right here. If anybody didn't notice, so
yeah, that's cool. I see the strong man on the left side there.
Yeah, I think for each of these little stops, I'm gonna have something that represents that game that we finished along the way.
That's cool. I like that.
Okay, so I think that's it. I think we're ready to move on to our spin. Kind of a shorter stream today, I guess, unless we have anything else we wanted to talk about.
No. Are we still doing a stream later this afternoon?
Yeah. So today at 4 Mountain, we're gonna be on stream with Indie Gamiacs, Richard Mark, and he's gonna be playing Big Top Tactics. So I don't know if he's gonna talk to us about any of this kind of stuff, but yeah, he's gonna be playing the game and chatting with us about it. So if you're around today at 4 p.m. Mountain, make sure to join us on Indie Gamiac's channel. He's on YouTube and on Twitch, so you can pick your poison there. But we're going to jump on with him, and we're going to talk about Big Top Tactics and probably chat other indie game stuff and, yeah, just have a fun time with him. So he's a really great guy. He's always been a huge supporter of our games. He's probably streamed Attack of the Karens 4 or 5 different times, and he's been a huge vocal supporter of it. And so really appreciate all he's done for our studio. And so, yeah, we're just appearing on his stream later today. And hopefully we can continue to work with him on this stuff in the future. He's a great guy. I really enjoy talking with him. So,
yeah, Richard's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do it.
It's time. Did you send me a link or anything? Or
yeah, if you check Discord, I sent you two. One for genre and one for theme.
Okay, hang on. I gotta change my stream here real quick because Discord's gonna go crazy, and I have this all linked to Discord. So I'm gonna set up the be right back screen for a second while I check Discord. Okay, Wheel of Names, genre wheel, and then the theme wheel. Okay. Cool. I think I can go back to streaming now. Okay, there we go. All right, so we've got a bunch of genres on here. I put out a post on Twitter to see if anybody wanted to add any. Is there anybody in chat that would want to throw in some genres, or are we pretty bare right now?
We are pretty bare right now.
Pretty bare.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we didn't really have any suggestions from Twitter. Somebody said Wholesome Doom. Papa Panda said Wholesome Doom. I don't know if we have Wholesome on the wheel. How do you edit it?
Edit the wheel?
Yeah. Or can you?
I think you just add the value to the text box.
I don't see a text box. No.
On the right-hand side?
No, there's nothing. That's okay. We'll just go ahead and spin it because I think we got a ton on here already. So, should we just do it?
Yeah, and before you do that, in the future, hopefully our community can build more and more and then tune in for these kind of things. And we'd really love to involve the community more with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so for sure.
Ideally, down the road, it would be wheels filled with just community suggestions that we.
Yeah. Let's see. There were a couple that were on the Discord said before. I think one of them was, I think Van Alphen said a brick breaking game. Did that get added onto this?
I don't know if it has. I could always redo it and then re-export it.
Yeah, why don't you do that real quick? Add Brick Breaker on there because I know he wanted to do that one, so we can at least have his suggestion on there. And then, do you have what was Papa Panda's? Do you have like wholesome games on there, or like a
would wholesome be a theme or a genre?
I guess it'd be a theme. So maybe put wholesome on the themes. I don't really know what a wholesome theme is though. Like clouds and bears and bunnies.
I guess
stuff.
we could determine that if it happens to it.
Okay.
All right, 1 second. Let me update it.
Okay.
And then Brick Breaker for the other one.
Brick Breaker, yeah.
All right. I'm unfamiliar with that genre, so that'll be.
I think that's like where you move the bar at the bottom, and then the bar shoots up and hits the bricks, and then you have to bounce it back and forth. That kind of really classic arcade style game.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, do I just reload these pages?
I gotta re-export it for you.
Oh,
Hold on.
sorry. Got the good music going while we wait.
So this is genre version 2.
Genre V2. Looking at some of these on here, it would be pretty fun to get like a time travel political or time travel game that's like word puzzles.
Who knows? Maybe it'll pop up. And then also, before you do spin it, hit shuffle, or I guess you don't have shuffle, huh? If you can't see it.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know why it's not giving me that. Maybe because I don't own it or something.
All right. Well, let's re-export it once again.
Do I gotta get a new link from you?
Yeah, I'm making one right now. Hold on. And they'll just be in Discord.
Okay.
Genre version 3.
Okay. The video's gonna go crazy for a second while I check Discord.
Let me get the themes. All right.
Okay. Be right back while I grab that off Discord. Wheel of Name. Let's see. Genre V3 and theme version 3. Okay. Going back to broadcast. Okay. All right, so let's spin genres. Here we go. What are we going to get, Grant? What are we going to get?
I don't know. I got to play catch up on my stream.
Oh.
Hold on. Don't tell me yet.
Did you see it yet?
No. There it is. Metroidvania, huh?
Oh, wow.
All
okay.
right.
Well, let's put that aside. So remember Metroidvania.
We love us our Metroidvanias.
So it's a mashup. We do two genres. And then we ooh, this is interesting. A deck building Metroidvania.
A deck building Metroidvania, huh? Well, that's exciting, but that's also
does that even work?
I'm sure we could find a way to make it work, but that is those are two very popular genres. So that's gonna be some high bar expectation kind of stuff to do.
Well, it's also very big, really big scope.
Yeah,
so
what we'll have to do is we'll have to identify in popular games in these genres what makes them these genres to make sure that we we implement those things, or as
Yeah.
many as that we can of them.
I've got a couple of ideas going about this. So, do you want to do this? Do you veto either of these?
No,
Deck
I mean
building?
this is gonna be a challenge, but I'm down for it. For
So,
sure.
again, we got to taper expectations here. This is going to be very small. It's not going to be like, people always say Hollow Knight, but I
Yeah.
don't really like Hollow Knight. But people always talk about it's not going to be on that scale, right? It's going to be very small. So, okay, now we got to get a theme here. So,
Yeah, the theme is what will what will make it interesting more so.
okay, and then we're doing Cyberpunk. You okay with Cyberpunk?
Yeah, but it's funny that these are like three very popular
This is
things.
like what everybody's making right now. A Cyberpunk
All right, that's cool.
deck building Metro. I've never seen a deck building Metroidvania before.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of Cyberpunk Metroidvanias.
I've seen a lot of deck building games. I don't know. We'd have to think about what a deck building Metroidvania looks like. But
yeah, and also this might be a tonal shift for us too with previous titles that you've done and I've done and stuff. It's where because like Cyberpunk is typically more serious,
very serious, gritty, like crime type stuff, and like before it's always been goofy. Like Attack of the Cannons was really silly. So was Big Top Tactics. It was very silly. So this will be interesting. This could yeah. Anyway, this is gonna be a micro Metroidvania. It's gonna be a very small Metroidvania. So
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, let's do that. I like that.
Cool. So I'm excited. I got my head going busy right now.
Okay.
Well,
sorry. Go ahead.
I'm off next week from my job. I'll be watching my kids and stuff, and I know we're not technically starting work on this until like a week after that, but I'll probably have some free time to be thinking about all these things.
Okay. Yeah. So, next week I have a special project I'm working on next week that I won't be able to do anything. I can't announce anything about this project yet. It's very exciting, but I'm working on this, and I can't say anything more than that. But I have something that I have to do next week that pull me away from this project right now. So I'll help you starting probably the week of the 13th, and then I'll really dive into it the week of the 20th. So the release date of this game is going to be December 15th. So that I think we have enough time to really make something kind of fun. So okay.
Yeah, again we're gonna focus on the core mechanics of what make these things as far as the genres go, and then as far as our game goes, making sure that we just fundamentally have a solid gameplay loop.
I'm gonna go play some Slay the Spire.
Yeah, we gotta do some research. Yeah, some R&D.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Awesome. Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for hanging out for the stream, and stay tuned for our deck building Metroidvania, deck building Cyberpunk Metroidvania. So,
yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks for your support, everybody.
Yep.
We really appreciate it.
Yep.
We're excited.
Okay. Till next time. Catch us later today at 4 on Richard's stream. Don't miss it.